was walking with my donkey searching for you.
So we got positive reinforcement, got negative reinforcement, then we got to shape some behavior. That's step 3. Got to get really good at shaping. Everybody knows about shaping. It's breaking stuff down into small steps. Yeah, but you know, I hate to just even get them. They're looking so happy, really. You know, look, I was looking at this morning. Okay, so shaping behavior, really important. The size of the steps. Most people make the steps too big. That's why there's 115 steps on a shaping plan. You know, so for me, you want to teach your donkey to load in the trailer, provided you can actually catch it, that might be a shaping plan on its own, is can he walk over a lead rope on the ground? Can he walk over a pole? Can he walk over 2 poles? Can he walk over this frame over there with nothing in it? Yeah, we begin to build it up in little tiny steps. And within that, we might say, can he just walk past the end of it? Can he just walk around it? Can he walk next to it? Okay, what we do as humans is we get goal orientated. I want to get him over the rope. I want to get him over the obstacle. That's why we don't go to the problem to solve the problem, because you'll end up trying to do too much. I was watching Megan do a great job, but I'm thinking, that's not Megan's job to do a great job. She's a farrier. It's your job to do a great job. So how do we shape the behavior of like feet? Okay, and you might be starting just with, can I touch the shoulder? Can I touch the middle of the back? Can I just touch the hip? And that might be the lesson for today. You know, depending on your donkey, and the next step is you're gauging constantly how that works. So you get to the foot, you're stroking the foot, everybody knows this, so shape behavior is great. The next step people go for is I'm going to pick the foot up. That's too big a step. Okay, you want to shape the behavior of the foot. Now for me, I don't use ropes, I don't use leg ropes, I don't do any of that stuff, because like, if I'm not prepared to put my head down there to pick his foot up, then we're not ready to have our head down there to pick his foot up. You know, I want to know that when I get down here, he's going to be really safe. I've stretched the comfort zones. I'm going to just tip that foot. I'm going to, okay, can you just shift your weight off that foot? That's enough of a step. I've got to learn to balance. Can you do it on this side? Can you do it on this foot? Can you just move and shift? Maybe I've got to get my animal just to learn to move over. Then I'm going to deliberately say, can I just get you to tip that foot on the ground? I'm not going to pick it up. Just let me have control of your leg. Can I just move it about here and there without picking it up? Can I pick it up and put it down? What we go for is, oh, I wonder if I can hold it up. And the donkey goes, oh, I've fallen over. Slams it down, then you go, oh no, you release the pressure, negative reinforcement. Now the animal learns that that's not working. So we have to learn how to shape behavior really well in order to progress really quickly. And I was just watching and hoping maybe this beautiful donkey, if we weren't availing too much of her, given that she's already had a little bit of training today. Thank you very much indeed. So for me, it's confusing all these trainers. I let the animal move. I don't tie it up. I want him to learn that actually the correct behavior is to offer standing still. Not because I've tied it up, but because that's the way that it works. And I also want to get some positive reinforcement going here. I'm going to just swap sides so you can see this maybe, if I may. Or maybe not. If you could just move there. Oh, well done. Thank you. Take it where you can get it. Is you need to scratch hard enough to try and get that response from your donkey. If she wants to move, she's telling you something, which is I want to go with all the others, and that's fine. You know, they call it trial and error learning for a reason. And you have to make some errors to be able to figure out the trials. Don't go to the problem to fix the problem. This donkey actually isn't very good at standing still and being bored. So, you know, I'm not going to go and say, let's pick up her feet. I'm going to go, can you just stand still and be bored? Let me teach your animal. It's okay, we don't mind chaos, it's fun. Adds to the entertainment of these poor people. You know, can you stand still and just be patient when Larry's eating the cookies? Yeah, I know, that's good. There's all these distractions, there's all these things going on, and I need you to be able to just work through all of that. See, this is negative reinforcement. If you want lightness in the animal, then you have to be light. If you're going to start pulling on it, then you're going to create a heaviness. So, you know, we can show these things. So there's negative reinforcement. She's just walked into that head collar. But the moment she steps back, the pressure comes off. Negative reinforcement. I put a little bit on, I'm just going to wait, I'm not going to increase it. She steps back, I'm going to release the pressure. I need my animal to learn. She's going to go and take a step, I put that pressure on, she stood still. There she goes again, I'm just going to stand still. I'm shaping behavior. But what most people are doing, they miss all of this, they're trying to pick her feet up. What she needs to be able to do is just stand here for 5 minutes doing nothing. And it's hard, there's all those distractions, she's young, all of this sort of stuff. Very good, you're amazing.
How many steps would you have called that shape plan?
That was probably 3.
And do you see any problem with mixing negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement within training sessions or training?
Oh, I've just been doing it. You know, and I get it. You know, there's a spectrum of training, and you can go from punishment to heavy negative reinforcement to light negative reinforcement to 100% positive reinforcement. But I will tell you there is no such thing as 100% positive reinforcement because there's a gap between the reinforcements. So if I'm giving carrots or clicks, the gap between those clicks, which is reinforcing, there's a bit of frustration because I'm trying to get the right thing. So for me, that feels negative. Because what the silence between the rewards is actually saying that didn't work, which is a negative. So, you know, for me, it's about you finding your path, what's right for you and your animal. And I'm not going to tell you that, that's for you to figure out where your principles are, what you're comfortable with. But in terms of shaping, if I can't get my donkey just to stand quietly here with me doing nothing, how am I going to pick her feet up? Yes, sir.
Like one of those is this donkey's butt.
Yep, absolutely.
Is there certain things that take stronger things than others?
Yeah, of course. And you know, if I was really smart, not just standing here talking to you guys, what would happen would be we would have, you know, her mum stood next to her. We'd make those things easy. We wouldn't be trying to do it in a big arena in front of you lot, because that's not the right place to do training. You know, and so we're being a little bit gentle with it, but we're letting her make some mistakes. We're coming back and saying, yeah, that's what I wanted. I just wanted you to stand still. It's going to take her a moment or two to figure that out. We're looking for that reaction and for getting that lip going and Mama there. So, you know, it's not going to the problem. And if we wanted to break this down, you know, and Megan was brilliant at just working around it and doing all that. But we're thinking about how far the shaping goes from actually being able to pick up the foot. And what I see is, that's really good standing still and being bored. You're brilliant. What I see a lot of is we don't have really good foundations.
Hey Ben, you might have a crisis in our business.
Well done, Larry. Good man. So we're thinking about shaping behavior. Look, If you want lightness in the animal, then you have to be light.